A very good morning and a warm welcome to all the guests, officials, speakers, and participants of the webinar or the awareness session on the occasion of Cyber Jagrukta Divas for MITI and its organizations. Information Security Education and Awareness, ISEA, an initiative by HRD Division of Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India. ISEA aims to spread mass awareness on cybersecurity targeted towards various user segments with CDAC Hyderabad as coordination agency for National Awareness Program, besides education and training in information security domain. Today, ISEA conducts workshop on cybersecurity, especially for the officers and staff of MITI and its organizations. The webinar aims to make the participants aware about the various cybersecurity threats and the hygiene digital device usage practices to safeguard themselves against these cybersecurity threats. This session is organized as part of Cyber Jagrukta Divas as recommended by Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India. Cyber Jagrukta Divas aims to create awareness on cybercrime and safe cyber hygiene practices among all the citizens of India. We sincerely hope that the seminar will benefit the participants in understanding the subject and gaining useful information and security tips. Today, we are organizing a session on safeguarding digital identity, responsible data sharing, and risk mitigation. A hearty welcome once again to all the present members in the session. I now request Shri M. Jagdish, Project Manager, ISEA, to take on the session and give an introduction about Cyber Jagrukta Divas and the ISEA initiatives.
Good morning all and welcome you all for this session on safeguarding the digital identity, responsible data sharing and risk mitigation. So as we all know, like we are observing this Cyber Jagrukta, we are observing the Cyber Jagrukta Divas in a virtual mode since to cater the number of people at various organizations and various ministries kind of thing, right? And the objective of these awareness session is to penetrate the cyber hygiene among the group of users and prevention of the cyber crimes. Okay, so like as we all know, like day by day that emerging issues are happening, a number of cyber crimes are increasing, and number of incidents are increasing. To safeguard, from those things, like we need this kind of awareness on emerging aspects so that people can aware by themselves and safeguard, their own information as well as their organization information as well as their personal information, right? So to address those issues, like we were organizing various awareness workshops, seminars, and all quizzes, pledges, and all such kind of things. And we're also organizing in an interactive mode, like wherein people can ask their questions, ask their queries, as part of the session, so that the experts members will interact with the users to clarify all their doubts kind of thing. And we're also organizing these quiz competitions as part of our activities. Last one session we are organizing the quizzes going on the site. If time permits, we will be able to show you in online. And as part of our session, we always share the best practices as well as case studies to safeguard from such kind of issues. Like for example, today we were talking about digital identity issues. So like as part of these things, like we are also going to share some kind of best practices as well as case studies kind of thing, and highlighting the cyber hygiene practices as part of the professional and personal life. So most of the things we are covering. So as we said, like this session is meant for the employees of MITI as well as the MITI organizations and other ministries, especially other ministries also we were doing at national level with the support of I4C and MHA kind of thing. And like outcomes like phishing, misuse of password. As we said, like, most of the sessions, like we are doing number of awareness sessions from long time, and we have covered most of these aspects, and we're also shared like what are the best practices and the case studies kind of thing, right? So these are the things like we have already covered, and we are keep on covering. For example, today, like we use of social media. Right, so this identity, how this identity theft will take place, the digital identity will take place. So some of the case studies also will be covered as part of this session, right? So providing the knowledge to safeguard digital devices. So which is very, very important to all of us to keep our devices to safe and secure, and managing the security and privacy aspects as an individual and organizational context. So whatever we were discussing as part of this session, so please ensure like you should be followed as part of as part of your personal life. At the same time, uh, at at the same time at organizational level also. So these aspects are very, very important to take care of your self and your devices. Okay, from the emerging aspects. So these sessions, like we were organizing as part of our information security education and awareness project by the Ministry of Electronics and Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India. So this ISA is focusing on four key important aspects. So one is the generating highly skilled cybersecurity professionals in terms of CISOs, deputy CISOs, and associate CISOs. Like for more information, you can visit our isa.app in, so that you will get more and more information about this program. And we're also, doing this grooming students towards product and solutions development in the cybersecurity. So as part of this project, like we're also offering these information security courses at BTech, MTech, and PhD level. At the same time, like those institutions are also trying to bring out indigenous solutions to address the country needs and strengthening the research and education in the information security. So these things, like we are, as I said, like one is like we were offering those courses, and we're also organizing these FDPs, hackathons, boot camps, grand challenges and all, so that people can, get an exposure, like what were the emerging aspects which are happening, and to bring out the solutions at national level. And we're also doing that, cyber aware digital national, which is a mass awareness program. As most of you are aware, like we are also active in terms of creating this awareness at national level in terms of these awareness workshops or webinars and all. So in the coming slides, I can explain you more and more about it. And to address these 1 to 4 aspects, like we are having a common infrastructure, like where we have a CTF, like capture the flag, virtual labs, as well as forms assessment and all such kind of things like we were doing. So right now these things services are allowed only to ISC institutions, as well as other organizations which are need who are asking, like we are also providing that support to them. So as I told you, like we are active in cyber aware digital nagrik, which is a mass awareness program. So we are addressing these needs in form of mass awareness activities. It could be like awareness workshops, like webinars like this, and awareness weeks. Especially we are working with the legal enforcement agency with the support from I4C of Ministry of Home Affairs. And we're also using the AIR-DD community radio programs to create this awareness at last mile. And like we're also having, mobile app called Cyber Fitness and Cyber Awareness app, which you can download, and you will be getting some interactive games, as well as tip of the day video and all such kind of things. Other awareness modes are also there, so that you can enhance your knowledge by following all those things. So we are targeting all varieties of users, from children to senior citizens, right? Children, students, teacher, faculty, all these stakeholders we are covering. So one is like by organizing these kind of mass awareness activities in terms of awareness workshops, webinars kind of thing. And to address these things, like we have a multilingual awareness content on Stay Safe, which is available on Stay Safe Online. And we're also leveraging this print and electronic media to promote and reach out the last mile. So nowadays, like the people who are using the social media are more than anything else. That is the reason, like our presence is also very strong in social media, so that you also can follow our handles, so that you will get more and more knowledge on the happening areas. And the beauty of this project is, like after the awareness workshops, people, if you want to enhance their knowledge, if they want to continue their education, so we are offering these progression pathways like cyber kid, cadet, and all those things. Like you can enroll into these courses, you can enrich your knowledge, and you will get the reward points. So by using those reward points, you also can earn some kind of, awards at national level kind of thing. Cyber kid for children, and cyber cadet for youth, and cyber women, cyber trainer, cyber shikshak, cyber defender, and all such kind of things like. All such kind of things like we are offering, and we're also offering these competitions. Right now we have opened the national level competitions. You also can participate, encourage all your members to participate, and we're also established some cyber clubs in schools and colleges. And if anyone is interested, please get back to us so that we will help them to establish these things also. So this is the portal which I'm talking about, and these are the various awareness resources which are available to follow and enrich your knowledge. And this is cyber fitness assessment. Quizzes we are talking about, and fitness assessment. If someone wanted to exceed in that particular aspect, so you can also test your knowledge, and you also can get some kind of certification kind of thing, right? So these, you can understand there are more than 116 assessments are there. You can check your knowledge and get benefit out of it. Okay. And as I told you, like we were offering these to reinforce your cyber hygiene and cyber security and privacy privacy for various group of users. So these people, for as I told you, like you can enroll children up to 12 years, they can enroll into the kid, and about 12 years they can enroll into the cadet, and a special course curated for girls and employees. Like different courses for different people, and teacher and faculty. We have cyber shikshak. So different people, for different stakeholders, we have different courses. You can enroll, you can always enrich your knowledge, right? And this is another ISEA Cyber Ambassador program. So, whoever completes our Cyber Ambassador program, and they also can get an opportunity to organize these kind of awareness workshop at grassroots level, right? Either schools, colleges, or community level, wherever it is. And you can visit this space and you will get more information. And if you are interested, you can enroll yourself. And for today's session on safeguarding digital identity, responsible in data sharing and risk mitigation, to deal with this session, we have with us Srimati Nisha Pandey, and she is from Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center, which is famous called as I4C, which works under the Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India. And Srimati Nisha holds a computer science and engineering degree with an extensive experience of 9 years in the field of cybersecurity and digital forensics. And she is equipped with a deep understanding of various technologies and methodologies related to the combating cybercrime. And Nisha is currently working with the I4C in the area of preventive cyber crime strategies through large-scale awareness, capacity building, and coordinated outreach initiatives. Her role involves in designing, building, and strengthening the national cyber awareness ecosystem by bringing together the key stakeholders, including the banks, law enforcement agencies, ministries, educational institutions, and industry partners and civil societies. So, with this vast experience she is having, and she is also very active. In the social media, as well as she's coordinating these awareness activities on behalf of the I4C, Ministry of Home Affairs, and ISEA and I4C is collaboratively working at national level, and we are also coming up with common programs at national level, right? So with this background, we request Nisha Madam to organize this session. Just give us a second. So
Nisha, I first.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Over to Nisha Madam. Over to Nisha Madam.
Thank you, sir, for the brief about the ISEA and its initiatives and also introducing our speaker for the day. I now request Mr. Nisha to take over the session as planned. Ms. Nisha, you are able to access the presentation part, right? Can you please let me know whether you're able to access the panelist,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
So good morning to one and all present here. Thanks for the warm introduction. And I would like to also thanks to all the members of ICA, as well as special regards to Jagdish sir for sharing such a insightful session about what I4C will be doing and what is the significance of having a Cyber Jagrukta Divas. So as we know that today's PPT's session is all mostly about safeguarding or risk mitigation in the field of.
I'm sorry to interrupt, ma'am. Can you please share your PPT, ma'am?
Yes, sharing that only. So I guess my PPT is visible.
Ma'am, please put it under slideshow
Yeah.
mode.
Yes.
Yes, now it's visible, ma'am.
Okay. So now everything, I guess my voice and PPT, each and everything is visible. So we will
Yes, ma'am.
proceed
Yes,
with
ma'am.
the
It's
session
clear.
now. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
So, okay. Thanks for the coordination part. So yes, today's session on the occasion of Cyber Jagrukta Divas, which is celebrated on every first Wednesday of the month, and it's a good practice which we all should inculcate, so that on every month we should learn about some new techniques or some raise our awareness with respect to cyber jagrukta. So as today's session is about safeguarding digital identity, responsible data sharing and risk mitigation. So when before starting with this session, what basically we should be focusing on first is about digital identity, which is I think is the backbone of modern online interactions. So why we have written it as a backbone of modern online interactions? Because if we consider a larger audience, whether it's and larger audience with respect to every age group, whether it's old age, whether youngsters, whether even if I talk about kids, each and every person or each and every category is falling under the era of digitalization with different perspectives. So it becomes a very much important the how we as a person are revealing the digital identity to the outside world. Now when we talk about the identity, as our physical identity is very much important, as we share our identity cards, or like what we say Aadhaar cards, PAN card, we don't share generally in public domain. We make a uttermost importance that what needs should be shared, where it has to be shared, whether it's encrypted or not. In the same way, digital identity also becomes a very much important. And like what with respect to I4C's evidence report or whatever the complaints we receive, we have found in so many complaints that the digital identity is also becoming a backbone of leading to a financial fraud. So and what it has when we talk about how we can safeguard it, so the first thing is we should limitize ourselves in what we are sharing in the public domain, especially with respect to our personal things. Like, if I can talk in elaborated manner, it should be about our financial aspects, it should be our behavioral data. We are not against of posting anything or sharing anything on the social media platform, but when it becomes of sharing something, again the question arises what needs to be shared. it is important to share each and every steps or each and every activity what I am doing just now on the social media. So again, a why should always come before sharing anything. Now, when we have this why in our innermost self, then it becomes a, a restriction to share something, and everything revolves around your personal, financial, and behavioral data. Next is your increasing reliances. It also leads to increased risk, and then if we limitize everything, then we can say we have a balanced usability with security. So if I summarize this slide, basically the digital identity topic, I can say that if a person, if he or she always raises a question of why with respect to sharing personal, financial, and behavior data, especially in the digital world, the cybercrime or the other kind of things which are happening at an alarming situation in today's world can be minimized a lot, and it will definitely leads to minimizing the cybercrime also. So it becomes each and everybody responsibility to raise awareness with respect to all such small aspects in the area of digital identity. Next, your personal identifiable information. Again, it's also become a very important part when we talk about digital identity. So we basically, in a layman language, use it as PII. Now, we like it has been noticed so many times that whatever the passwords or whatever the usernames, even with respect to the as financial credentials, mostly people use their name, address, date of birth, email, phone numbers. Even they don't resist in using the government IDs number also. Now, why again? Why we have to use such, which is very much common now? As a person, they think that it is very easy to remember, because yes, I can remember my name, I can remember my date of birth, even not mine, so my family members also. So yeah, this is also not a good practice of having a digital identity in the digital domain. Your logging credentials should also be very much strong enough. It should not be common, especially with respect to your passwords, pins, MFAs, multi-factor authentication, face recognition. It should it should be so strong and authorized in nature that whenever we are doing anything, it should not be easily accessible in the domain. Yes, the one thing which I have also observed is whenever we are going for any of the activities in our day to day life, like if I can take a small example, like if we are going for a shopping also, now whenever we go for a shopping, we don't again like very much open and sharing our email IDs and sharing our name and sharing our phone numbers. Then again, like nobody is forcing us to reveal that much of digital identity into public domain, especially with respect to your any of the firms or any of the, I can say, the big names in the industries, whatever you are doing in the domain of your daily to day activities. So why to share again all such information? It's not necessary. And if you're sharing also, then again it becomes a question then, like whether it is necessary to share my phone number which is in financial records, whether it is necessary to share my name or my email ID which is which can be like freely available at one click in the domain. Yes, and now again it can be having a disparity, or it can be a discussion point, like there is a so much of data breach, all this information is very much easily available, so it's not a big deal in sharing all such things. Yes, it's the right thing, but on the same side, the main important part is why we as a user should share all such things in a very easy and a freebie manner. Now, next topic which you'd like to highlight under this topic is online activity footprints. your browsing history, search behavior, location data, devices, information, application usage, and preferences. It also becomes a very much important part when we talk about footprints, because I guess all the audience which is joined in this session have very much aware about the word footprints, and it is a very common word whenever we talk in the domain of online activity, because once anything is is available in the internet, it is not deleted permanently, it always leaves the footprints. So it should also be again focused that yes, what I am browsing should not have a longer impact in my life, either in a positive manner or in the negative sides. What is my search behavior, whether I am sharing my location each and every time, what are the permissions which I have granted to certain application, whether it's somebody is having a third eye on me. So again, all these things also should be taken into consideration. Now these are all a very small perspectives which each and everyone knows, but the problem is that we don't practice regularly in our life. We just share all those information intentionally or unintentionally in the public domain at a in a very easy and accessible manner. So, well, as we are celebrating Cyber Jagrukta Divas today, so it should be kept in mind that yes, I know all these things, but I am not practicing such things. And as an individual, as a responsible citizen, not only I should practice, but I should also raise awareness, at least in to give all such information in my home first, and then in my society, and then it should populate to every ecosystem that we are living in. So at the last, when we talk about digital identity, it's only your preferences what we are doing in the cyberspace. Now why I have used the word cyberspace, because in being in the working in the organization which deals with cybercrime, we basically thinks that digital identity is always your behavior which you are doing in the world of cyberspace, because everything, your every entity, your every activity that we as a user or we as an individual are doing in this domain leads to certain kind of cyber frauds with us or cyber criminals. And cyber criminals are having always an eye on you, that how they can trap you and you finally fall as a victim. Next thing is importance of protecting your digital identity. Now we have discussed a lot about digital identity, what it is basically about. It is nothing new which I have discussed today, but yes, we are not practicing it. So it's just a reminder call that we should all practice the things. Next is how we can prevent it. So, yes, first thing is we should not entertain anyone with respect to misusing, stealing our data from any source, whether as an organization, whether as a responsible individual. So that should be our first and the foremost thing when we talk about preventing identity theft. So yes, completely, it's written very clearly in the bullet points that helps stop criminal from stealing and misusing our personal information. Next, it should be we should maintain our privacy and trust. We have already discussed in our previous slides that keeping your personal data and private data always builds a trust in online interactions. So yes, it should also be maintained. Protect financial assets. It is the, like I can say, the thumb rule when we are talking about especially with respect to cybercrime in the domain of digital identity. We should like if I just have a like highlight on this point more, like safeguarding our bank accounts, payment details, digital transactions from fraud. We all know this. Again, we know that our bank accounts are very much important to us. We are daily going to a job, getting financial support at the end of the month. So we should also, like when we are working so hard as an individual, it again becomes a responsibility that we should protect our financial assets also. And only the thing is, we have to protect ours, not anyone else, because once we start protecting ours and our family members assets, and it becomes in our nature, everyone again revolving around in your ecosystem will also follow those habits. Now, how we can protect the financial assets? Now, the first thing which we have observed a lot, again with respect to evidences only I'm talking about. So the first thing is downloading any financial application from any platforms. This is a biggest, I can say, a red flag which should be avoided. Now, why, as an individual, I should download an application coming through me through various groups, either it is a WhatsApp group, either it's a Telegram group, and I should always like open my eye when we are talking about some financial applications of any bank, of any UPI payment gateways, or anyone, any platform. So it should also be taken into minds, and no APK files which is coming from any groups, especially social media groups, should be avoided. It should be always followed from the authorized websites of the banks, downloaded, or it should be from the Google Play stores or the Apple Post Play stores that we are using. So it is one of the first factor. Then that we are talking with respect to protecting our financial assets. Then payment details, yes, again it is also very much important, because this should be observed in a daily to day life. Like whenever I do sessions, I go cover a mass ecosystem for raising cybercrime awareness. We always talk that UPI payment has become a part and parcel of everyone's life. You might not have a cash in your pocket, but you might be having a phone in your pocket every time, because you know, yes, this is the one thing which I can carry, and I can easily go for shopping, I can easily go for enjoying with my friends or any other perspectives. So phone has become such a necessity in our life. Now, when it is such a necessity and we are doing a UPI transactions a lot, it's a good thing. We are not, again, I'm not against it, or we are not talking about that we should not do the UPI payments, but it should be done in a responsible behavior, like not sharing your UPI IDs randomly with any stranger, and sharing your QR code. If you're sharing your QR code, then you should know on what perspective I should share my QR codes. Then the UPI IDs. We have so many UPI IDs. Like I have observed myself in some of the cases that people are making UPI IDs from with respect to all the bank accounts they are having. So have one bank in which your savings are not there, in which your salaries are not credited, and make a UPI ID public domain, which is in which you can have a small amount, and or other thing can be like not your primary account should be linked to a UPI amount. Because if in any case data breaches happen, or in any case you are a victim of financial fraud or a cyber criminal trapped you, so your digital footprints, again your information is very much less. Next thing, when we talk about again in this financial aspects, is respect to credit cards, because a credit card fraud is also happening a lot. And many of the users, they don't set 1 day limit transactions. Yes, some might be having a 50,000 for 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs, whatever the limit of the transaction, but you can also set per day limits. Now again, if your data breach is there with respect to credit cards, so if you have a limit set, because we don't give preferences to small things, we don't set limits to our debit cards, credit cards, online transactions of a day, of one particular day. So that thing should also be again practiced in our life, so that we can protect, like yes, if a financial has happened, your amount can be minimized if you have already practiced or have enabled all such settings in your any of the financial assets. Next, ensure compliance with regulations. Yes, it also becomes a great responsibility as a user, that you should like helps organization meet legal requirements and avoid penalties whenever we are talking about reporting mechanism, or when we talk about like any of the things suspiciously are reporting. You should also help as an individual, come forward and help in maintaining this. Next is risk in data sharing. So data sharing is like whether we are working at an organized like in government departments, whether we are working in a private departments, data sharing is again like a necessity, because it is the thing which we do in each and every basis. So it should also be keeping in mind that whenever we are sharing a data sharing, what are the things that we should keep in mind? First is unauthorized access and data breach. So reframe ourselves from having an unauthorized access. Data breach also, hackers can access sensitive information without permissions, leading to data breaches. So as an organization, we should always have a system inbuilt that your firewalls are there. What are the permissions that at an individual desktop which is granted, is there is anyone who is having a master computer or master system is there, in which there is a record that or logs are maintained, that from which system what are the things which are sharing. All such things should be maintained at an organization level, so that in case of any big attack or any big breach, all those things can be minimized. Next, phishing and social engineering, it is very much common. So attackers trick into your revealing your personal information, and then they have certain tactics to just take out some of the information. So again, social engineering becomes a very important thing, and it's directly linked to again the digital identity. So what we have revealed as an user in the digital world, it becomes again an importance, that how much social engineering can be done in your individual assets. Data misuse by third party. Yes, like it's again observed that so much of data sharing is done now through a WhatsApp platform. Even if we talk about the government ministries, or even if we talk about like in our daily today words, so many, it's not only about WhatsApp or any other platforms, we share some sensitive data also through WhatsApp. So again, that thing also be limitized, that with what data should I share to a third party provider, whether it is important to share. Are there any secure system through which I can share? uh, these also needs to be think as an individual level as well as at an organizational level. There should be certain SOPs maintained, that what thing can be shared, especially with respect to the sharing which we do with respect to the work profile, or with respect to the task that we are doing. Overexposure on digital platforms. Yes, it is also very much important, because if we talk about like this term basically, like now people post so many things on the social media, that what they are eating, where they are traveling, from which vehicle they are traveling. Each and every information can be accessed only with respect to their photographs, which house they are living. So everything, so much of posting, so much of exposure on the digital media platform can also be very much vulnerable, and it can lead to a lot of exploitation, especially when we talk about especially in respect to uh, like 6th to 10th students, with respect to cyberbullying, stalking. So all these the origin of this is overexposure. So it should also should be limitized, because again, it's not necessary to give every information in the public domain about what you are eating, where you are living, in which hotel you are staying, or where you are traveling, which vehicle you are having. It's not a necessary part. So yes, that should also be limitized. Next, coming into like continuing that, this is also again it's already discussed, that share only necessary data, whatever is required. Verify platform authenticity. So basically, we give in every and each and every message this term, that we should ensure the website and application whether it is legitimate in nature before sharing your information. I have already discussed about the APKs which are circulating in the public domain, uh, from one group to another group and then third group, and the chain is so long that people start, they just download each and every APK, and they look very much similar when we talk about financial applications. Now the bank application, original application of the HDFC Bank or any other bank, not naming only one, mm, all they are just look like. You as an user will not be able to recognize which one is like authenticity of that application. But yes, we can verify the source at least. So before downloading anything in your phone, we should always verify the source from where it is coming. Not only verify, if we think that it is suspicious in nature, we should always reframe others also to pass that information that yes, don't do such things. So this is again the necessity part. Then next is use secure communication channels. It also becomes very much important. Then again, that your channel that you are using is secure enough, encrypted, secure networks are there. That is what the same thing which I am discussing earlier in the session also, that whether at an organization level or especially when we talk about the organizational level, not more about more at an individual level, uh, whether we are working in a secure network or not. And this is a very much a big question mark, because we have seen in history also when big ransom attacks has happened. It comes into news also. There are so many like in- information available in the internet that they are not having a dedicated secure network. There is no SOP that if network is attacked or if some data breach has happened, what are the next step that should be followed. So whether we are if we talk about the comment systems, whether each and every one is having the restrictions of NIC protocols or not, whether we are following it at that level or not. So this is also a very much important thing that we should always address. Now, understanding privacy policy before sharing, this also becomes a very important part. And I have observed in some of the books of ISEA also that this is very much being elaborated, that how your data will be collected, used and shared and stored. So such things should also be very much populated. We talk more about digital identity, we talk more about data sharing, but yes, this thing is discussed but not at a larger level. So we should also aware the citizens that what you read, what you see, and what you understand. So how all three things are collated and can be used further. So it should also, especially whenever we go to school, college, this part should be discussed in detail. It becomes a very much important part. Then phishing emails and fake websites, this is already being discussed also. Malware and spyware, yes, your malicious software inflates your devices. They track your activities, gain unauthorized access. Like we have observed, just a small example I would like to say. Somebody was a victim of financial fraud only, and he has submitted us the evidences that how he became a victim. So the one of the thing, while having a detailed study about the case, we found that yes, he has access from unauthorized access, not knowingly, unknowingly only, or not having that much of information. Certain thing is one malware is being installed in his phone, and again that when it is got checked, so it is having automatically forwarding messages. So whatever it is, whatever the message, OTP or anything in the form of message is coming in his phone, it is directly going into the some criminal phone, or whosoever is having the access of his phone. So yes, whatever he was typing, or any as a user was able to see that. So it's like a phone mirroring, he has done it. So yes, because he was not aware, he was not having an information that yes, this is also can happen. Because that those were the old days when we say that okay, I haven't shared my OTP, I haven't like given any, haven't talked to anyone on phone, nobody has called me. So yes, these are all the old techniques which criminals don't use nowadays. They first gain your trust, or through any means get downloaded certain things in your phones which you are not aware, and then everything is going without your access to that criminal phone, and he is able to get each and everything from you. So that is again a very much important part. Weak password and credential reuse, we should not we should always reframe from that. Public wi-fi vulnerabilities, again it is very not that big point, but yes, as it is being very much in boom, especially if we talk about India. Everyone uses public Wi-Fi, and they are like, it's again a part of freebies. And when we use those freebies, we should always should know that whether we are connected in a secure network or not, whether it exploit my data or not, what I am connecting to this Wi-Fi, and why it is a need. So this all should be the common threat factors which should be addressed. Now, when we have already discussed about what are the things that leads to digital, like I can say, identity threat, and that also leads to unauthorized data sharing. Now, when we talk about what as an individual we should follow and what are the strategies that should be keep in mind, I have already discussed side by side, but just a brief of that. Strong password policy should be maintained. MFA, it's a very important part. Multi-factor authentication in whichever platform it is applicable, we should always enable it, because it's just adding an extra layer of security, and it's kind of a second verification. If we miss first part, then we can have a second layer in which we can protect ourselves. Regular software updates, it's also very much important. And encryption of sensitive data, yes, what data you first, you should limitize yourself. One more point that it should not I guess it got missed by my end, but yes, limitizing your data sharing, what you are sharing into public domain, it also becomes a very important part. So all these things should be taken into mind. So this was mainly about safeguarding our digital identity. Now we have discussed a lot in last again 15-20 minutes about what is digital identity, how we can safeguard, what is data sharing, what are the consequences. Now if we look at the larger picture, why we are having this session, what is the motive behind it. So again, it's everything is directly or indirectly linking to our mental health. So if we these are the screenshots which I have taken from certain newspapers in order to only give you the glimpse that the cybercrime mental fallout can leads to what. It is not only you are losing your financial money, but it is also losing your life. So that's why it becomes very important to have the awareness, or to not take that it should not lead to such an extent that a person is a is ready to give his or her life. So all these things are related to that Agra teacher dies due to heart attack, student dies by suicide, uh, like a man gets a call on respect to sextortion and then he committed suicide. So everything is directly or indirectly going, in most of the cases they are life threatening also. So it should be keep in mind. And why, the reason again is why it is happening, because our digital behavior is not good. We are randomly sharing everything, not keeping in mind about our digital identity, and it is very much easily accessible in the public domain. Now just have give a glimpse of I4C. As Jagdish sir has already introduced that Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center, we are one of the attached office under Ministry of Home Affairs, and basically we deals with cybercrime.gov.in reporting portal, in which if you are a victim of a financial fraud, you can report directly here, or you can call on a number 1930. So this is just a interface of that portal. So it is a citizen center interface which is very much important to each and everyone who has joined this session today. Because why I have taken a screenshot, it is again an important, because when I was going through this PPT, I thought that it should be circulated into the public domain, because when you report, the timing of reporting is very much important. Now, if a person is a victim of financial fraud, first he goes to bank, then he goes to cyber thana police station. So it is again the killing of a time. Yes, you should also follow these steps, but the first and the foremost thing, as soon as you know that you are a victim of financial fraud or some fraud has happened with you, your money is being deducted from your account, the first and the foremost step is call directly on 1930. If it is not being picked up, because we receive so much of complaints per day, you can directly sit at home and report it. It's a very easy platform. It's very easy. It's not that much of a hard form that you have to fill. Only thing is you need your one identity, your number, evidence, and your account number. Only 4 to 5 things are required, and just register a complaint here. So this is a very much important thing, that first thing that we have to follow, and we called it as a golden hour, so that we will try to save your maximum money as much possible if it is into the banking system. Next, again, it's a glimpse of 1930 call center which I was talking about, that it is being operated at all the state level. Every state police handles 1930 call centers. These are some of the glimpse of 1930 and how it works. It's just only with respect to awareness process, that yes, this much of resource and manpower is already there and we are improving on it, so that more of the money can be saved. Now, irrespective of the financial fraud, because when we have a very big picture or a very clear picture in our mind that yes, cybercrime is directly linked to a financial fraud. It's so not only with respect to financial fraud. If the fraud has not happened also, like, you are much aware, and yes, you know the tactics of the criminals, and you are not trapped into that criminal activity. So as a citizen, we should also have a responsible behavior. That was I was also talking in my presentation, that we should have the responsibility of compliance, as well as as an organizational level also, we should have the responsibility that we should always report such numbers or any other platform or any other applications that we are receiving in this in the same website only, under report and check suspect. So any abusive material, any unwanted thing that you are seeing on the websites, anything related to CSAM content can also be reported on our same portal only. So this is a screenshot which we again want to show, that all these platforms can be shared, and it can help a user so that the same kind of number should not be populated, and the same kind of information should not be should be flushed into the public domain at a very larger pace. Because as an I4C, we also take down some of the applications, some of the unwanted content which is they're populating in the media. All those things can also be blocked and removed. So this is also one of the thing which has to be taken into notice, and it should also be like, again, awareness should be raised, so that a big repository can be maintained, and the more the number of people should not be trapped in such kind of a thing. Now, this was all about the brief about safeguarding digital and what you can report. Just as per the data that we have received, I would like to just quickly give you some of the modus operandis in which more of the financial frauds are happening. And we are making a bread practice to raise awareness along with ISEA. And yes, we will be soon launching in collaboration some of the like campaigns or some of the online quizzes or online challenges also. The motive is just to raise awareness and to reach each and every level of the society, especially at the grassroots levels. So we are trying a level best. So one is the online gaming fraud, which is a very much into public is very much common into especially with respect to the teenagers, and it got boom when we in the era of COVID era. And yes, it is also one of the major factors in which we are receiving so much of complaint. However, government has put a very strict guidelines on such platforms, but still uh, basically financial fraud has been little bit minimized. But yes, more other frauds which are happening through these online gaming platforms are like if somebody has joined as a, like if they have followed a friend request of someone who don't know, some stranger is there, and then they talk they first they play games through all such social media platforms, and then um like with due course of time they start chatting, and then they share their some pictures. So this is again leading to something cyberbullying, extortion, cyber stalking. So this basically modus operandi not more on a financial fraud, but it's more on your mental and a physical health. So as a, especially as a parent, especially when we are like having a responsibility of educating the youth of the our nation, we should know that what activities a child is doing in his or her phone, what are the limitations we have put as a guardian into his or her phone. And this is a video which is being made and prepared by IFOSI, and we are circulating this video also. I will not be playing this video because it will take a very longer time. We have a link. I will share that link in the, after this session, so every material is available in that link. And we always believe that more of such information should be disseminated into the public. So you can use these videos, you can use your logos also, and can be populated into the public domain in the sessions, or what are the activities which we are doing with respect to cybercrime awareness. Next is cyber slavery. Like this is a very large operation which was being taken by MEA and our department. So not, it's not basically why it is happening again, because cyber slavery is again people are getting so much of fake job offers. They become a victim of such things, and there are big centers, big infrastructures are built in like certain countries like Myanmar, Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand. They are running a very big chain, because when we talk about cybercrime, it's a borderless crime, and it is the only, because it's a borderless crime, it becomes a challenge for investigations, for LEAs, for any entity to tackle such crimes, or to just grab those criminals, because they might be sitting at some position using IP of some other location. So it becomes a very challenging task. And because as a criminal they know that yes, it's a thing which is quite challenging, which will take certain amount of time to reach to us. So that's why they are running such a big chains. So what is the best solution? The best solution is we should be aware. Now, how awareness can be raised? If we know about such terminology, that there is a word which is known as a cyber slavery. They just lure you on very big packages, just give you fake promises that you will be getting this, it's a very good job. And they basically hit the people who are more into villagers areas, and give the very basic data entry level jobs, or not that much technically sound jobs, or not that much high profile jobs. So again, this should also be populated amongst the youth, amongst the grassroots level, or among the level which basically falls into the panchayat areas, that you should always have the trusted platforms, not believe in any offer. Work visa should be checked. We should always research about the organization. All such things should be practiced every day in our life whenever we are applying for a job. Next thing is digital arrest. Now this is again a very, like, all the newspapers, everyone, it was a term which does not exist, but again this is a term that we are using so much nowadays to raise awareness. Even our honorable PM sir have also done one of the session in Man Ki Baat on digital arrest, and today in this session I would like to request everyone present in this session that through this crime, especially with digital arrest and investment scam, these are the two pillars of having the financial fraud as per the reports or as per the money lost that we are getting. And digital arrest is basically mean happening with the senior citizens. So it becomes a very much responsibility. It is our responsibility only that if we are having a senior citizens in our home, we should always communicate with them. We should share our insights, not only just give some of our time to them, because if we don't talk to them, if we don't share something with them, they will also not share with you uh, with the thing what they are going on. And yes, why I'm speaking such things, because we have received such incidences in our some they have shared the some insights with us that we were a victim of digital arrest, not for 1 hour 2 hour, like 4 4 5 5 days, even 15 days. It's a very big number that people is being trapped under digital arrest for 15 days, and nobody in the home is knowing about that this person is into the digital arrest. He's doing normal activities, but he's under control of that criminal, sitting in your house, eating with you, roaming with you, doing activities with you, but yes, the mind is completely into the digital arrest. So this again needs very much awareness, and it should be a responsibility that no one can interrogate even on a video call. Even if you see anything call up appearing as if anyone is calling having the police logo, CBI logo, or any like IB logo, you should not just randomly believe that they are police officials only. And one thing is, if anybody is calling and if you pick up a call also and they just interrogate or they just do anything, then just cut the phone, go to the police station nearby you. If you are again, if you have so much of fear in your mind, and then you should share, first you should share with your family members and then go to the nearby police station if that person is harassing or just fearing you at a very periodic time period. But that does not mean that we should become a trap of such criminals and then start sharing our financial things. So that's again become a very much important part. Next thing is, it's a fake police thing. So these are the real, if it is if you can able to see my screenshots, these are the evidences that we have received. Now you see one picture is here which I have taken a screenshot, especially with respect to the purpose that this is the picture that we have got in which he is a criminal. Now you just see they are running a very big I can say again from any unknown location. So he's wearing a pajama and then having the police uniform upward. Now this is how they now trap the criminals, that we are police official, we are falling from so many things, on the name of your kids, on the name of some emergency, on the name of some fear. So all such things is happening. Now this is again a screenshot in which one person is talking and the logo of Delhi police is coming. So it is again the activity of fraud. So then there are also so many fake letters are being issued in the name of CBI, IB, even in on the name of our office, that yes, your parcel is there or something like this. This can be we have got such information, we will take this information if you will not report. Even they circulate mail also. So the first and the foremost thing is, if we receive any such kind of thing, we should not trap ourselves into a ecosystem of fear. If as an individual I know that I have not done anything wrong, uh, or my family member has not done anything wrong, or if anyone is like blackmailing me or just keeping my trap on me, urging me to transfer the money. So please always have one clear thing in your mind, that it is leading to a cyber fraud. Don't believe, and that if person is harassing you repeatedly, go to police station, report it, and then, but please, it's a request that don't give your hard earned money or the financial things. Like we have seen people are depositing like big amounts, 1 crore, 2 crores, or it can be a higher amount also, only due to fear. So such things should be avoided. And when it comes to financial fraud, it should be like like hitting our head very hard. So we should keep all things in mind that yes, this is a fraud, and if we are aware, we should tell to, especially to the senior citizens if you're having in a home, to our like partners who are not that much well aware, to our children also, because we have recently it also highlighted in the news also that one person has got a call, and he became so much having to have so much of fear, and he was just requesting that, okay, I'll pay you such money, please don't do this, don't do. But that child was listening all that conversation, and he was very much aware. So he told his father that please cut this phone, this is all fake. So it is a best example that what awareness can lead to. So this is why it is very much important to have an awareness. Now, when we are talking so much of awareness, we have a social media handle Cyber Toast. So we are basically available on all leading platforms. It's only the request, if we are aware, we can lead to a cyber safe world. So we have a it's a very good handle. You can just have a look on this handle on whatever platform you're using, whether WhatsApp, whether Facebook. In this platform we make good efforts. I've shared with some of the members present or listening to the session, that what efforts we do. We do live sessions with police, we have some challenges, we also have victim testimonials. uh, we Whatever the things that we are doing, we share everything, and we try to share very authenticated information. Every information is authenticated only on our platform, and we have more than 6 million of followers. And it will help you to raise awareness, and you as a part of society can also share some of your insights if you have, and we will be happy to collaborate and share such resources. We will be soon coming up with some good challenges with ICA on our same platform, along with ICA platforms also, to raise awareness. This is one of the initiative in that part only. Now, this is like such a small glimpse, like these are the like the challenges, or these are the quiz or contest we raise. We have every dedicatedly on every Wednesday we do a live session, especially with respect to state police who have cracked down some case, good case. We contact, we use and then we used to hear from their words directly, that how they have cracked down, how the victim has fallen, what police has done, what police is doing. So it becomes a very good initiative to raise awareness. We also have a cyber alert program which is running in DD Nationals. We also release Cyber Samachar, because why this initiative is there, because we have like observed it, like so many people watch news every day in our program. If we like having listening to news in different languages, that is the hobby, or that is a part and parcel of the life. So in the same case, we release cyber bulletin, in which we have top 10, top 20, or top 5 news, and where the cyber fraud is happening, what was the latest operandi, in which place it has happened, and what is it. And this is a link which I was talking about. I'll share in the chat box also, in which entire awareness material, some of the materials are in collaboration with ICA also. We have put everything on this website. It is like easily downloadable and can be used to raise awareness. We have booklets, audios, videos, gifs. So many of material is available. It's the only why I'm sharing this, because so that we should avoid the redundancy of the work, which at an organizational level everyone's responsibility is. So if you are doing also the cybercrime awareness, the same material can be used rather than starting from the scratch. It becomes a good initiatives, and we can move on some innovative and the new initiatives ahead. Now these are again some of the booklets. It's all available on the same website. And yes, at the last, I would also like to stand that our honorable PM sir has told in Man Ki Baat, which I was talking about, not one time, two times, because he also has to come in front and address the nation with respect to cybercrime awareness. That whatever you are doing in your digital world, always follow this mantra. One is stop, think, take action. It means ruko, socho, action, lo. That was I was highlighting in the entire session, that whatever you are doing, first you should stop, have a question why, then think again. It is just a second layer of authenticity, that yes, whether I should click on this link, whether I should share my information, whether I should download this application. And then if then it is necessary, we should like have the we should address that, we should take action accordingly, and then proceed further. So this was all from my side. If we have any questions, we can take it. Yes, I'm like one more thing I have written, like I have written it. I have seen in so many chats that people are addressing that we have called so much of 1930. That question I'll take myself only. Yes, 1930 they have called. It is not able to pick up, so I have addressed it that it's a very busy online, because if I tell you the statistic, we receive more than 10,000 online complaints and call number is very huge. So yes, it's a bit challenging that it have a certain loopholes which we are resolving, and it will be resolved soon. So this is a question which we know and we will be addressing soon, and mostly in few months you will might not face such problem, that we can assure. Any other question we can take up?
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your informative session. I hope the participants have cleared a few doubts regarding the various ways in which they can safeguard their digital identity. Now, as you had already mentioned that you will be taking up the question, there are certain questions which have been raised by the participants. The first of which is, I request you to kindly address it. It is kindly explain the difference between digital footprint and digital fingerprint. Can you take it, ma'am? Madam, are you there? Nisha, ma'am?
Yes. Can you please repeat?
Kindly, one of the participants puts the question, kindly explain in brief the difference between digital footprint and digital fingerprint.
Yeah. It's a very good question which is being raised. And yeah, the first thing is, when we talk about digital footprint, so if I talk about the scope of these words, digital footprint and a digital fingerprint, so footprint is more on a broad, or you can say your yeah, basically your online life or actions. And we can, if we talk about the fingerprints, its scope is little bit of narrow part. Or if I elaborate it, so the footprint is basically often refers to your public trail of data that you intentionally or what can say passively leave online, like your social media post, searches, whatever you are doing. And while we talk about digital fingerprint, again its scope is narrow. It's the unique identifier, or you can say the digital unique identifier that we are uh, creating. The best example is like your browser IP addresses. So it leads to the digital fingerprints. And when we talk about digital footprints, it's more of a broader scope. I guess it's clear.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. The next question, I think you've already addressed, which is by Mr. Rakesh regarding the 1930 being dialed and response not being given. That you have already addressed, I think.
Yes.
Moving on, ma'am, we have the next question by one Mr. Pallab Mukherjee. He says, kindly, the second query which he has put up apart from digital footprint and fingerprint is, Securities and Exchange Board of India, that is SEBI, has provided any authorized tool in checking UPI number and barcode before doing payment to strangers to safeguard ourselves and get rid of all possible financial frauds. I think the question is, he's trying to ask, has SEBI provided any UPI number? I mean, any authorized tool for checking the UPI number or a barcode before doing the payment to strangers to safeguard ourselves against possible financial frauds?
Yeah, with respect to tool, I am not able to, like, yes, but I'll be able to check that yes, SEBI have provided some registered intermediate UPI payment channels that can be checked, and that can be used. I'm not much aware about the tools, so that might be there on their websites, but yes, they have one mechanism in which you can the intermediaries UPI payment channels can be checked.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. The next question is, what pre-preparation should a citizen do before he has been scammed in the digital financial fraud? This is the exact question, ma'am. What pre-preparation should a citizen do
Yes.
before he has been scammed in digital financial fraud? I
Before
think,
before
yeah, please, ma'am.
like before scam, but if I'm like getting it, if I'm understanding it right, it means that he is not a victim now.
Yeah, probably he's trying to ask, what is the safeguard measures that we have to take to avoid digital financial fraud? That is
Okay,
what I
yes,
could get
okay,
from
yes,
this.
okay. Yes, so the entire session was about this only, that what are the measures that can be taken to avoid like financial frauds. Basically, whenever we are talking about the financial frauds, there are so many checklists which we should follow. First is not downloading any of the application from an unauthorized access sources. This becomes a very first and the uttermost and the important point. Next is you should not share your username and credentials with anyone in any with respect to anyone when you are doing your day-to-day transaction. And the third most part is which I have addressed in, whenever you are doing your UPI transactions, please kindly refrain from having your main account into the UPI transactions. You can have some other like a bank account that can be used. It's just a precautionary measures that we can have it. So this is the thing that we should follow.
Just in addition to that, madam,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
like Pallabji, the thing is like, I think if I understood your question correctly, see, for example, whenever anyone is investing, either any investment purposes, so you have to be doubly checked. No one will give you more than 8%, 9% interest. And if
Yes.
someone says like you invest this is the IPO and all such kind of things, you have to think twice, thrice to invest that amount. So
Yes.
no one, RBI is also telling very clearly, banks are also telling very clearly that rate of interest and all. When you are investing, if someone says like you will be getting 20, 25, 30%, rate of interest kind of thing, you have to suspect such kind of things. And if someone is approaching directly based on your search, so whenever you are searching something in the website, immediately that information goes out of your hand. So like the search engines also perform that action. So you have to be careful, like where you are investing, why are you sharing, why no one will call you. For example, if you want to make an investment, either you have to search the options to invest. If someone is calling and says like these are the various options which are available for your investment and all the things, you have to be you have to be careful, investing such kind of things. And if someone is sending any third party APKs, which are not there in the Play Store or iOS store, and you you install this application, and you invest your money, and you will be getting a lot of money and all such kind of things, you should suspect it is definitely a, fraudulent, mobile applications, right? So
Yes,
you have
yes,
to search all these options before you make any investment. Otherwise, there is always chances that you will be become a victim. You will be investing, and they will be showing all that things. Like if you invest today, if you invest 10,000 rupees, tomorrow they will show you are earned more than 18,000, and you will invest in again another 1 lakh, and next day they will be able to show you like 3.5 lakhs your profit and all. So if you have such kind of apps, and if you are depending on such kind of applications, definitely there is a chances that people become a victim. So to avoid all such kind of things, you have to ensure like to whom you are targeting, to whom you are talking, which website you are following, which apps you are following. All those things you have to doubly check before investing. Okay, so these are the things which are happening in the present scenario. So you have to be careful enough choosing such kind of investment options before you invest. Before you invest, and earning such kind of things. So you have to be,
yes,
as madam said, like these are the things you have to check before you invest the kind of thing. So madam is
yes,
also
yes.
telling, so those digital arrest and all those things. So those you have to be careful enough.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, sir, rightly said. So, if I can summarize, it's like, uh, it's too good to be big offers that they populate in basically with respect to some deepfake videos, or with respect to some other famous entity, like if seen like honorable finance minister Sitaramanji's video is populating, that if you invest in such firm, or like if Mukesh Ambani or some big businessmen are uh, like giving having the videos. There are so many videos in the public domain that I have invested in this, I have got such a good offer. So all those information are misleading. Don't trust on such kind of information, especially which are circulating in the form of reels, majorly on so many good platforms. We should not believe on such things and cross check that things. And as rightly said sir, that nobody is going to give you that much of return in a very small period of time. And the criminals gain your trust by giving you certain amount. Like if you deposit 10,000, they will give 1 lakh, they will give. So you are having a very much good trust. Even they give you big online sessions also, 1 hour, 2 hour, in which they will give you so many good points that how you invest, how you can have a big return, and you will find it interesting also. So don't believe in such offers, don't join such groups, don't believe any information which is circulating, especially with respect to big returns. And whenever you are investigating, there is a list of there is a very big list available on SEBI website that can be checked, that which platforms are like authorized to invest. So recheck that platforms before investing your money. So this thing should be taken into consideration.
Okay, ma'am, thank you. And the next question is, any escalation matrix if no one picks up the call at 1930? Is there any escalation matrix?
I have already addressed this, that if 1930 is not get picked up, directly go to cybercrime.gov.in. It's a website. You can report it there, and the same process which an operator will be asking you, the same thing you have to fill as an individual on our website. I have shown you the screenshot of that website also. That is the same website, you can go and report it. But it becomes again an important that when you are reporting. So this is, I guess it's available on screen. It's www.cybercrime.gov.in. Under it, it's a first tab, register a complaint. Click on that and then register a complaint sitting at your home.
Thank you, ma'am. The next question is by Mr. Shivraj Singh Manwal. He says, how can we find the source of link and how to understand it's a fraud?
Find source of link with respect to.
Mm, maybe.
Yeah. Just one. Sir, like you can use urlwipe.com. You can just whatever the URL you are receiving, you can copy paste that URL in the URL wide website. So it will give you whether it is a genuine website or not. So like that, there are some other website,
Yeah, there are some.
any one
Okay, sir.
website we are not promoting. There are open source software, open source, websites are there. There you can go and check any URL. You can just, download, you can, you will get the proper information.
Yeah,
Yes.
basically he's talking about what are the ways in which we can check. So there are so many, as sir said, we cannot like have the like popularize or give ourselves a consent, that there are so many websites. One is a good example is Virus Total. It give you so much of information that whether its link is a spam, whether it is not spam. And I also like to highlight one thing here, that whenever we are receiving SMSs, because this is also one of the source of having a financial fraud. In the SMS, they give you the links, like your like again creating an emergency, or like some like emergency thing only, that your credit card score will expire today, or your something will expire today 12 at 12 night, click on this link to redeem it. So those links are shortened in nature. They are basically because due to the limitation of the SMS header words, they generally shorten that link. So there is a way, when such messages are coming, always have a recheck of the SMS header. So that can be done from a TRAI website. Telecom Regulatory Authority gives the facility to check the SMS header, in which you can, as an individual, can get the information from which firm SMS header it is, what is its information, and whether I should proceed to that link or not. And one thing also, that that URL is shortened. So there are so many tools available, free tools available, in which that URL can also be copy pasted and it can be expanded. So you can see, like if some financial message is coming and it is related to some shopping website, because that is shortened, with shortened link you will not be able to like have an idea which this link is with respect